the turning point for the Iraqi dinar. Welcome to IQD Global Intel, your reliable source for clear, balanced analysis on the latest developments in global currencies. Today, we turn our focus to what appears to be a defining moment in the long and complicated story of the Iraqi dinar. A moment that could reshape the currency's future and perhaps mark the beginning of a new financial chapter for Iraq and for investors who have waited patiently for years. For more than a decade, the dinar's narrative has been one of persistence. Holders have faced cycles of speculation, rumors, and repeated disappointments, holding on to hope that one day the long-promised revaluation would finally become a reality. Through it all, patience has been both the greatest challenge and the greatest virtue. But what's emerging now feels different, more concrete, more coordinated, and more credible than anything seen before. We are witnessing a shift from mere anticipation to active preparation. For years, conversations around the dinar have been dominated by hearsay, fragmented updates, and unreliable online chatter. This time, however, multiple sources with verifiable connections are pointing to genuine activity within banking systems and redemption networks. According to several independent confirmations, financial institutions and authorized exchange centers have completed system tests, activated protocols, and begun reaching out directly to selected holders. These aren't vague, stay-ready messages. They are direct calls, emails, and appointment confirmations sent to specific individuals in different regions. The tone of these communications is clear and confident, professional notices signaling that the long wait may finally be over. A shift from talk to action, unlike previous waves of speculation. What's happening now is backed by structure and evidence. Verified reports from credible observers describe early exchange activity taking place in controlled settings, part of what appears to be a carefully staged rollout. This phased strategy allows the institutions involved to test operations, manage liquidity, and refine procedures before the process expands more broadly. Such an approach ensures that any technical or logistical issues can be handled quietly, without creating unnecessary disruption in the banking sector. It's a model used often in complex financial transitions, measured, secure, and responsive. For many holders, these developments represent the most tangible proof, yet that long-held expectations are finally materializing into action. How to prepare now? If you haven't yet received communication from your bank or redemption center, don't interpret that as a bad sign. Instead, see this as the moment to prepare. The individuals who will navigate this transition smoothly will be those who are organized and ready. Start by inspecting your currency carefully. Ensure that your dinar notes are authentic, clean, and free of damage. Redemption centers will expect well-preserved notes, and any issues with condition could delay processing. Next, confirm that your personal identification is current. Passports, driver's licenses, or other government-issued IDs must be valid at the time of exchange. Also, gather any supporting documentation that proves the legitimacy of your purchase, receipts, certificates of authenticity, or bank statements. Organize these materials neatly in a folder or envelope that you can easily access. These small steps can prevent unnecessary stress later on. Beyond paperwork, develop a written plan for what you intend to do once the exchange is complete. Sudden financial changes can be overwhelming. Having a clear roadmap will help you stay calm and focused. Decide in advance where your funds will be deposited, how much you will allocate to savings or investments, and what immediate obligations, such as debt repayment, should be handled first. Finally, line up professional guidance. Consult with a certified financial advisor, a tax expert, or a wealth manager who can help you manage this transition wisely. Many people who receive unexpected financial windfalls underestimate the complexity of handling new wealth. Without sound advice, it's easy to make choices that lead to long-term regret. A structured plan and expert counsel will help you protect and grow your capital responsibly. Mindset. The hidden key preparation isn't just about logistics, it's also about mindset. If you've been holding the dinar for years, this moment is more than a potential payday. It's the start of a new phase that demands discipline, patience, and clear decision-making. Handling large sums of money can be just as challenging as waiting for them. History is filled with examples of people who received sudden wealth and lost it within a few years due to poor planning or impulsive spending. Think long-term. Stay grounded. Treat this as the beginning of a structured financial journey rather than the end of a waiting game. Remember, the larger story here extends far beyond individual gain. Iraq itself is undergoing significant economic and institutional reform. The nation's central bank has been modernizing its systems, introducing digital frameworks, and aligning with international financial standards. These actions reflect Iraq's broader push toward economic recovery and global reintegration. The activation of new rates and redemption procedures isn't just a technical step. It's symbolic of a nation reclaiming financial stability after years of turbulence. The dinar's progress represents a broader story of renewal and sovereignty. Guarding against scams, periods of transition often attract opportunists. Scammers are already circulating false information, claiming to offer priority access, exclusive rates, or private deals. These are classic warning signs. Legitimate banks and redemption centers will never request your personal banking details via email or phone, and they will never ask for upfront fees. If you receive unexpected communication about the exchange, verify its authenticity before taking any action. Contact your bank directly using official numbers or in-person visits. It's always better to double-check than to risk falling victim to fraud. When your official notification does arrive, take your time. Follow the instructions carefully, keep copies of all signed documents, and never allow yourself to be pressured. A genuine financial institution will always give you the space to review and ask questions. The moment of exchange, when the opportunity arrives, calm and preparation will be your greatest assets. Arrive at your appointment on time with all documents organized, identification, receipts, and notes ready for verification. Banks will likely use authentication machines to confirm the validity of your dinar and will follow standard Know Your Customer, KIC, and anti-money laundering, AML protocols. Funds are expected to be deposited directly into verified accounts, often within the same business day. Depending on the size of the exchange, you may be asked a few standard compliance questions. This is normal and should not raise alarm. Why now? The broader context: why is this moment happening now? Analysts point to a combination of economic and geopolitical factors. Over the past 2 years, Iraq has made notable progress in stabilizing its financial system. Oil production has increased steadily, government operations have become more coordinated, and the country is aligning more closely with International Monetary Fund (IMF) standards. At the same time, Iraq's central bank has implemented new technologies to combat counterfeiting and to support a digital payment ecosystem that can sustain a stronger, more transparent currency. These domestic improvements, combined with consistent oil revenue and rising investor confidence, have created a foundation for the dinar to strengthen. Some observers suggest that this movement also ties into a wider global realignment, sometimes referred to as a currency reset, where multiple nations are adjusting exchange rates to reflect true economic value rather than artificial controls. Whether or not this broader framework unfolds as predicted, Iraq's actions clearly reflect a commitment to modernization and stability. Reports from the banking front, recent reports circulating from within the United States, indicate that major institutions, specifically Chase Bank, have begun accepting 25,000 Iraqi dinar notes for exchange in select metropolitan locations. If verified, this would mark a pivotal step forward. For years, most large banks have limited their involvement to verifying authenticity or providing informational guidance without performing actual exchanges. The fact that a major U.S. institution might now be engaging directly suggests that the infrastructure and regulatory pathways are aligning behind the scenes. Early reports indicate that Chase's internal rate aligns with the publicly posted exchange rate by the Central Bank of Iraq, the same international rate that has been stable for years. However, there is also unverified chatter about contract rates or preferred arrangements available to certain pre-scheduled clients or high-volume holders. While such details remain unconfirmed, they fit with long-standing expectations that a phased approach would prioritize early participants. The phased rollout concept, if true, this measured rollout represents smart financial management. By beginning with limited exchanges, possibly focused on larger denomination notes like the 25,000 IQD, banks can monitor demand, confirm liquidity, and evaluate internal processes before expanding to a national scale. Once these systems are proven reliable, it's likely that other major institutions such as Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Citibank, and HSBC could follow suit. This type of soft launch mirrors standard practice in financial modernization. Start small, test systems, and expand gradually. It's a strategy designed to ensure security, stability, and confidence in every step. What it means for holders: if you are among those who have held Dinar for years, this moment may represent the breakthrough you've waited for. But excitement must be balanced with readiness. Double-check every detail. Authenticate your notes, maintain proof of purchase, and ensure your identification documents are current. Keep a clear line of communication with your bank and stay alert for official announcements. As more branches begin to participate, opportunities may arise quickly, so being organized and attentive is critical. Financial discipline after the exchange. Perhaps the most important part of this journey begins after the exchange. Sudden wealth can create as many challenges as opportunities. Avoid impulsive spending or emotional decisions. Focus first on building a stable foundation, pay off debts, establish emergency reserves, and consult professionals before making investments. Studies show that individuals who plan and seek advice retain significantly more of their wealth than those who don't. Approach this transition like the start of a long-term strategy, not a short-term windfall. Iraq's larger economic renewal. This development also carries deep national significance. Iraq's economy has been held back for decades by war, sanctions, and systemic instability. The modernization of its currency framework symbolizes not only economic recovery, but also sovereignty, a nation taking control of its future. As Iraq rebuilds, its currency may become a key tool for attracting foreign investment and re-engaging with global trade partners. The dinar's strengthening could mark the beginning of a broader resurgence that benefits both the country and those who have supported its recovery. Final thoughts. A defining transition after years of uncertainty. The signs are unmistakable. Systems are live, institutions are ready, and the process is advancing step by step. This is a moment that demands clarity, discipline, and composure. For those who have waited patiently, preparation now will determine the smoothness and success of your experience later. Stay alert, stay informed, and move only through official, verified channels. Avoid shortcuts, and remember that true opportunities do not require secrecy or urgency. As you prepare, take time to reflect on the journey that brought you here. This is not merely a financial milestone. It's the culmination of years of endurance, patience, and belief. What you do next will shape not only your financial life, but potentially your family's future for generations. So breathe deeply, get organized, seek guidance, and when your moment arrives, meet it with confidence and wisdom. The next chapter in the dinar's story, and perhaps in yours, is unfolding now. Disclaimer: all content provided by IQD Global Intel is for educational and informational purposes only. We are not financial advisors and do not provide investment, trading, or banking advice. Viewers should always conduct their own research and consult with a licensed financial advisor before making any financial decisions.